Hey everybody, and welcome back to Josh Lioce's video blog. We're back with part 3 of a series we were doing, informing our buyers about waiving contingencies. And today we're talking about waiving the home sale contingency and what you need to know about it. So stay right here. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So today, again, we have our illustrious guest, attorney Arielle Cecala with Crowley & Cummings, here to talk to us today about waiving a home sale contingency and what you need to know and understand. So again, as always, Arielle, thank you for being here with us.
Thanks for having me, Josh. I look forward to talking on this.
So this is one that comes up obviously a lot. It's the third one we're doing in this series, and it's certainly one that is probably, to me, the most concerning when a client wants to go down this road. So the situation would be a buyer has a home to sell. They decide to waive that contingency and say, hey, I'm going to buy this home no matter what. And obviously, there's so many factors that come into play. So if you could walk us through the contingency, walk us through your concerns and things that consumers need to be aware of.
Absolutely. So I think as a starting matter, if you're a buyer if you think you have to sell your home in order to buy, you want to make sure that before you're getting into the market and looking at homes, that you're having that in-depth consultation with your loan officer so that they can look at your finances and see exactly what you can be pre-approved for, and if it's a possibility for you to purchase a home without selling your current home. Now, if you go through that determination and they find that you do in fact have to sell your home in order to buy a new home, that contingency is going to be listed in your pre-approval. And if it's not, it should be. So you want to make sure that, number one, when you move forward into entering an agreement, that everybody is aware that you have a home to sell. Now, if you are going to waive that home sale contingency, knowing that you do need to sell in order to buy, you have to be aware that you might not be able to line up the closings back to back. So Josh, you must see a lot that when somebody is selling and buying, they'd like the closings to be close together.
Correct. Yes, something we always deal with. A lot of the times, through experience, we would consult with you on those situations. But I do, obviously, I'm on the other side of those situations where they haven't been consulted on.
Right. So when we have the situation where somebody is selling and then buying with the home sale contingency, we have the opportunity to try to line those things up so that if you want to do everything in the same day, we can do that. But then if something happens with the sale, so you're on the seller side, you don't have control over what's happening with your buyer. So let's say your buyer's financing gets delayed and you have that home sale contingency in place, it allows us to then be able to shift both closings to the new date that's going to work for your buyer. Without the home sale contingency in place, if you can't perform on the day of closing on your purchase, then you've now put your deposit at risk and you do not have the leverage to move that closing date based on something falling through with your sale. And if you are in a position where you actually have to sell in order to buy, it means that you would not be able to close on the day that you're expecting to close. And again, that puts your deposit at risk unless everybody agrees out of the goodness of their hearts to accommodate you for a change that you need on your end.
So I guess what I'll ask is, as legal counsel, as a real estate attorney, when you have someone who comes across your table and is thinking about putting themselves in this situation, what do you typically advise, and what are some different approaches or things that you can do to try to strengthen the offer given the marketplace we're in, but also to protect yourself smartly?
Absolutely. So there's a couple different ways I think that this can be handled. Definitely worth exploring with your lender and some of our lender partners where they have programs that they'll actually do something like a bridge loan. So you won't have to sell to buy, but they'll allow you to use the equity in the home that you're selling to get you across the bridge, so to speak, to be able to purchase the new home and then potentially sell the home after. So that's one mechanism that will allow you to not have to show on that pre-approval that you have a home to sell. So I would explore those options with your lender or our lender partners. And then alternatively, if you're able to work on getting the property on the market for your sale. Oftentimes when a seller is considering your offer as a buyer and they see that you have a home sale contingency, they can be comforted by the fact that along with your home sale contingency, you've included in there that your home is already under agreement and the closing date is X date. So it leaves a lot less uncertainty on the seller side when they know that, yes, you have a home to sell, but you've already done the legwork, you've already gotten a buyer under agreement on the sale. So it gives them peace of mind in that. I personally wouldn't recommend waiving a home sale contingency if you have to sell your home, because there are a lot of moving pieces in a real estate transaction, and there's so many elements on both sides of the transaction that are not within your control. So you're putting your deposit at risk for something that you are not able to ultimately change. And for that reason, I think it creates a lot of undue stress when you're waiving something like that and then not able to control the outcome.
Awesome. Great information as always and great advice. I want to thank you for being part of our 3-part series here. As the people who follow our show know that you're a frequent guest, we always thank you for your insight. So thank you again.
I'm happy to be here, and good luck to you buyers and sellers.
So anyone who has any more questions on this topic, right after the video, you'll see all of Attorney Cecala's information on there. You can reach out to her directly if you have any questions. Certainly feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. And if we can guide you through anything that comes up like this, even if you're working with someone else, please know we're always here to answer questions, as is our sponsor, Attorney Cecala. So thank you, Arielle. You are the best. Thanks everyone for watching. Stay tuned for our next video, and we look forward to seeing you then. Have a great day.